The sun had not yet risen over the sleepy village of Norabad, but a 17-year-old boy named Hamza was already awake. His room was small, barely big enough for a bed, a wooden table, and a single chair. The paint on the walls was peeling, and the only window rattled whenever the wind blew. But to Hamza, this room was not a prison. It was a reminder of where he wanted to go in life. Hamza belonged to a poor family. His father used to work in a small mechanic shop, but an accident left him unable to work properly. His mother stitched clothes for neighbors just to keep food on the table. Many nights, Hamza slept hungry so his little sisters could eat. But even with all these struggles, one thing set Hamza apart. He refused to think negative. He always said, "A positive mind attracts positive life." The beginning of change. Hamza studied under the streetlight outside his house because the electricity often went out. Some neighbors laughed at him. "Kia kerga itni mainet kark, teri kismet main kuch nahai," they mocked. But Hamza just smiled. "Ala nihar insan ko talent dia hai, baz mainet or positive sak kai zeraret hodi hai," he would reply. Inside, he believed something powerful. Your thoughts shape your destiny. Every morning, he would look in the mirror and repeat, "I am strong, I am capable, I will change my life, I will bring light to my family." These were not just words, they were promises. A turning point. One day, his school announced a national science competition with a big scholarship for the winner. The participants had to create a working project that solved a real-life problem. Hamza instantly knew he wanted to build something meaningful. But he had no money for tools, wires, or materials. His father, lying on his bed, felt helpless and said, "Beta kashmain teri madad kar pada." Hamza held his father's hand and smiled. "Upduadain wo kafi hai." With nothing but confidence, Hamza collected broken electronic parts from junk shops, old appliances, and roadside garbage. People laughed seeing him pick trash, but he ignored them. A positive thinker sees opportunity where others see waste. After 2 months of hard work, sleepless nights, and countless failures, he built a small but brilliant invention, a low-cost portable water purifier for villages without clean water. The day of the competition. When Hamza reached the grand hall for the competition, he felt out of place. Other students wore branded clothes, had expensive equipment, and came with teams. He stood alone with his project, simple, handmade, imperfect. A group of boys whispered, "He looks like he doesn't even belong here." Hamza heard them but did not respond. He simply closed his eyes and took a deep breath. "This is my chance," he told himself. "Stay positive, believe." When his turn came, he presented confidently. He explained how his purifier could save thousands of lives in poor regions. His voice shook at first, but then grew stronger as the judges listened with deep interest. They asked, "Did anyone help you build this?" Hamza replied with pride, "Only my positive thinking." The moment that changed everything. Hours later, the hall filled with tension as the results were announced. First place goes to Hamza Ali from Norabad. The audience went silent, then erupted in applause. Hamza's eyes filled with tears. He walked to the stage, remembering all the nights he studied under streetlight, all the times people laughed at him, and all the moments he chose hope over fear. He won not only the biggest scholarship of the year, but also an offer from an international company to develop his invention further. A new life begins. When he returned home with the trophy, the entire neighborhood gathered to welcome him. Even the ones who once mocked him now praised him. His father hugged him tightly. "Beta tu ni sabit kar dia ki positive sak kisi kaizen doggy battle sakti hai." Hamza rebuilt his house, educated his sisters, and gave his parents a comfortable life. Years later, he became one of the youngest engineers in his field and traveled around the world, sharing his invention and his story. But whenever someone asked him how he achieved all this, he always said the same words. Change your thoughts and you will change your life. Positive thinking is not magic, it is power. The lesson of the story. Hamza's journey teaches us something priceless. When you think positive, you find solutions. When you think negative, you find excuses. A positive mind creates confidence. Confidence creates action. Action creates success. No matter where you come from, no matter how dark your situation is. A single ray of positive thinking can create a new sunrise in your life.